Hello, everyone, and welcome to the RHAP B&B for episode 12 of Survivor 43. I'm your host, LianaBoraas, ready to play some games and talk a little bit of Survivor. Now, as you may have heard/seen, MikeBloom is not with us today. That sounds terrible, but he's
God
fine.
rest his
He's
soul.
safe.
No.
Yeah, R.I.P. in peace. No, he's just over on the feedback show. So if you are interested in 3.5 hours of pure unfiltered MikeBloom content, please head on over there for his discussion with Rob. I've only listened to the first part. It's already ridiculous, which is, again, expected from the one and only MikeBloom. But don't worry, we have a fabulous panel here for you today. This has become a staple on the B&B when Mike, thank God, leaves us alone. First, let me bring in my partner in crime in real life. It is Pooya. Pooya, how are you doing?
I am doing delightful. What an episode to get to talk about, especially when you don't have a standing Survivor pod to get to jump in. It's a roulette game. You have no idea what you're going to get. And my God, we got the treat. We got the best chocolate in the advent calendar today, and I can't wait to dip into it.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, none of that cinnamon nonsense. Get out of here.
Boo. Orange chocolate, boo. Cinnamon,
Right.
boo.
Well, my favorite nougats and I want to introduce it is, well, let's go one at a time. First, let's start with the rap icon PhilT. Phil, how are you doing today?
Hey, yo, what's really good? Survivor B&B fam, it's me, PhilT, aka Young Manners, aka Cloth Napkin, coming at you. Gonna talk some Survivor. Really interesting stuff happened this episode. I can't wait to dip into it, as Pooya said. It's gonna be great. I don't think you dip chocolates from the advent calendar. I don't think unless it's like a fun dip advent calendar, but like I see what you're trying to do.
You dip chocolate into other chocolate,
right? But it's not like that's not part of the advent calendar. I feel like you take the chocolate out. You're not dipping it anywhere.
In your mouth.
Right, I guess. Yeah, sure.
Okay,
sure,
well,
sure.
let's table the fun dip advent calendar for later. I do want to discuss this idea further. I think Shark Tank, here we come. But the double date night would not be complete if Jenny, you've heard her, Joe Millionaire, Beyond the Edge, Claim to Fame, Real Love Boat, she's everywhere. Jenny, how are you?
I'm great. You know,
thank you,
Phil. Yeah, thank you for my one fan.
Yeah. Only fan, if you will. Yeah.
No, I have come in today just like Cody. I have had way too much caffeine, and I have a feeling that this podcast is going to end up with me being clowned by the people that I love and care about most. So I truly feel like this is my Cody arc here today. Too much caffeine, no pastries though, but I'm ready to go. I'm dancing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm not Danish, Swedish, so yeah. Also, no pastries there.
No
I think it's quite fitting that we're doing the double date night B&B episode when we're talking about voting out your closest ally. And this has been a conversation that we sort of been having for now 2 weeks with Carla and Cassidy, which seems to still be a bubbling under the surface or completely boiled over situation. But here we see something that is literally an assassination when it comes to Jesse taking out Cody. Phil, I mean, just give me your thoughts on this episode. The emotion, what was running through your veins seeing this?
Well, here's the thing, okay? In terms of Cody the person, Cody human, Cody the Survivor player, I really am always attached to this character on a reality show like this. Like the Mactor that like wasn't just a Mactor, like they kind of had like a quirky, like whatever thing about them. And but also there's depth to him where he also cared about the game. He cared about winning the game. He cared about like strategizing and like sort of was learning it on the go, which is like always a fun arc to watch. This was an absolutely soul crushing episode for me.
Oh
no. Because here's the thing. We always love to see the drama. We love to see the blindside, but it's hard for me to separate the emotion. When it happens to one of my main guys out there. But we applaud Jesse. It was a great fun, livened up tribal council to say the least, everyone. But yeah, it was absolutely soul crushing.
Okay, well, so PhilT, the Cody stan. Jenny, where does the other half of the household fall when it comes to opinions on this episode?
Well, here's the thing is like I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was very exciting. And I was still sad to see Cody go. But like this is the problem with this cast is that like I really feel like everyone brings something to the table. Like there's been so much conversation about like there's no more villains in like, you know, new Survivor or whatever. And like I kind of agree because the conversation about like, okay, a villain is more so the person that's like backstabbing people and is like also clowning them in the confessionals and like talking like crap about everyone. Whereas like this cast, it's like you've got a ton of, you know, fans of the game, like real gamers, but also like these people just are genuinely like kind and caring people that like, you know, have formed these real relationships and, you know, really truly care about each other. And like I know that everyone is like, oh well, like I miss bitter juries, like I miss like people like really like, you know, getting mad and like making scenes and stuff like that. And it's like I guess, but as someone who watches these shows more so really interested in the relationships and the complexity of like growing so close to someone through traumatic like, you know, trauma bonding of like starving and like depleting your body and, you know, watching people go down one by one and like the you know, added like thing of trying to win the game and caring so much about the game, caring so much about the money, and like how some people are built to make the killer move and some truly aren't. And like that is okay. That's what like makes humans different. And I just like I love seeing, you know, two different people here that cared, you know, that Jesse and Cody cared about each other equally. You know what I mean? Like you can tell that was like a true bromance where they both were like really truly in it. But things got to a point where Jesse was like, I think there was a point where Jesse would have gone to the final 3 with Cody and, you know, thought that he probably could beat him. And he saw the writing on the wall and it's like, this guy is actually like playing and he's going to have this move. And my ultimate goal is to win, not just get to the final 3. And if I don't win, then what was this all for? And he had it in him to make the move. Cody wouldn't have. And I just think that it's really interesting to watch that. It hurts. It was going to hurt no matter what. It was going to hurt no matter what who we lost here, I think. And I just love that it came out this way. I was very interested to see like the different like feelings of people and to see Cody like that long pause, the drama of like Jesse stands up, he puts out his hand. Is Cody going to shake it? Are they going to hug? And then the hesitation and then the bro hug. Oh my God.
The swelling music.
The music, the score, everything about this edit was so perfect. And I'm sorry, I want to feel something. And I'm glad, like, I know everyone's like, oh, it's so, like, it sucks that people, like, you know, there's no, like, no one's bitter, no one's taking it seriously. But I think, like, they are taking it seriously and they care about each other. And they also understand that it's a game. And it's just like, hey, you got me. You did what you had to do. And you don't have to explain anything. That's it. And I just really think that, like, of the recruits, if you're going to have a recruit on the show, give me a Cody. He was so good. He was so entertaining and he didn't leave sour. Like, I just really like players like that. So for me, it was a perfect episode. It obviously hurt to lose Cody, but like, it was just so good. So good.
I think you hit on a lot of points of like one, Cody being able to take the defeat graciously. I love the double bird in the you know, what's the final confessional or whatever. Yeah, the closing words. It's so funny to me, like obsessed with that. But the handshake moment too was like, I was like, oh my God, it's either he's gonna hug him or he's gonna punch him in the face. Like, there's
like I'm gonna show a fight. Like this is gonna be like a live tribal council fight. Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and Pooya, you know, so Pooya and I, this is so weird. So Pooya and I had watched the previews like for the next episode, and independently, he and I were both like, I just feel it in my gut, Cody's going. I never expected that this is how it would ultimately go down.
Yeah, no. In no world did I think that Cody would, first of all, get his idol back, give his idol back, and then have his idol used against him. Like, I never thought of that transaction happening at all. I just saw it as more of a, you know, a little cheeky blindside is what I thought was going to happen. So
cheeky blinder.
yeah, it ended up being a little bit of both, the cheeky blindside and your own idol used in your face. I love this. I love this so much. Like, Jesse is built different. You know, this is, remember, folks, this is the exact same season that for the first month, people were like, this season's boring. It's slow. It's not moving. Well, is it moving now? Huh? Is it exciting yet?
Literally moving.
Yeah, this is definitely, to me, one of the best episodes, one of the best blindsides we've seen in a long time. And I very much enjoyed it.
And like in response to people saying that the season was boring, it's like, I think that it's just, you can only do so much with votes that were a little bit straightforward. And I'm glad that they're like, at least this season compared to some of the other more recent seasons, if they're going to spend time on things, build up people's stories, build the characters.
Yes.
I don't need 20 minutes on a twist that is ultimately not going to play out. So at least if there isn't a ton of like strategy and gameplay in some of these rounds to like really showcase in the episode, I feel like I have learned a lot about all of these characters. And I think to have a good show, like, what is the point of watching, you know, the same game with like a few different mechanisms changing here and there over and over and over again with different pieces if you don't have some sort of vested interest in the pieces? And I think that like, if we're supposed to continue to care about Survivor, we should also be caring about the pieces, because ultimately, like, who wants to watch the same board game over and over again if you don't really like, okay, and then this person won and that's it. Like, so I do appreciate that this season, that, you know, even when it wasn't the most exciting gameplay week or whatever, that they used the time to build people's stories and, you know, feel like we got to know a lot of people. I mean, it's not been perfectly equal, but I think I've seen like some of the stats about like the confessionals, and I think that this is probably one of the more balanced seasons in terms of like confessionals and people getting time and their stories being told. So I, as someone again that is here for the characters and the stories, I really appreciate about that season. And like, people are always going to complain about something. It's like, I think that there have been way more boring weeks of Survivor than some of the early weeks of this season. But
also, just as a reminder, the do or die twist doesn't exist anymore. So like, let's
Thank
just
God.
chalk that in the like positive category, because around this time, or maybe last week's episode, you know, we would have had the do or die twist. So thankfully production heard that. They didn't do that, right? They didn't do the flip of the merge. So yeah, just trying to keep, I think, those positive things in mind. But Jenny, to your point about the different relationships, the Carla Cass thing, the whole telenovela arc, Phil, like, it's so funny to see that in contrast to the Cody Jesse, like, complete blindside, where it's like you have something that's like so Carla being so overt and so over the top, and she's like fake crying, and then you have Jesse just coming in and shanking, you know, Cody from the back. Like, it's interesting to see those two different, like, very similar stories, but feeling very different.
Yeah, there was so much, like, this is a drama-packed episode. Like, you have all this exciting stuff that happened at the end, but we totally skipped over, like, you know, Carla's, like, Oscar performance. Cassidy buys it initially. She initially is, like, totally sold that, like, Carla is actually crying, and then Jesse, you know, this sneaky guy comes in here and screws everything up. And that's like the fun thing of it all, is that I like the relationships between both of them are like so deep, and I feel like it's really impactful when the episode ends this way, you know.
I also like thought, you know, there was like a couple points in this episode where, you know, it's outlined that like we're at 6 and like there's kind of 3 pairs in a way. Like, I wouldn't say Owen and Gabler are like quite a pair, but like they're from the same starting tribe. Like, they have worked together and they do have like kind of a similar trajectory in that like haven't always been like super, super looped in, and maybe are like a little bit like discounted on some of the bigger plans. And I thought it was really interesting to like see where, you know, Gabler saying, well, you know, like, Jesse, people are going to say like Cody's moves are yours, and Cassidy, like you have to make some sort of separation between you and Carla. And so I really think that really eats at people, where it's like you're working so tightly with people, and then it's like trying to figure out how to differentiate yourself. It's like, oh, ideally you love to go to the end with someone you've worked with, but it's like you've seen people get to the end with someone they worked with the entire time. And Jesse like perfectly understood that we've made the same moves. We made a lot of these moves together. Cody's just a little bit louder. Like that's self-recognition, like knowing the perception of you is such a powerful tool in this game. Knowing how people perceive Cody, like, is such a powerful thing for Jesse to recognize that, like, I go to the end with this guy, and if we did everything together, he's just got that little extra punch. Like that could totally destroy me. And we see like Cassie having that same recognition that like Carla has, you know, they've been working together, and she's trying to like pull the fast one on her. Like that gives her an edge. There's no reason for her to like, you know, stick with this girl anymore. And another point to Jesse that I loved was the fact that, you know, Carla goes to Jesse and is like, hey, I was playing it up. Like, I deserve an Emmy. Like, I was fake crying, which I was like, oh God, like you shouldn't have. I don't understand when people are like, I just did the best acting job. It's like, bro, like you're telling another person who is equally playing the game that like you're good at lying and manipulating, and like it's like the Justine thing. Remember Justine? Justine was like, I'm a really good liar. But the fact that she went to Jesse and was like, go tell her that I was never going to. And she had so much trust in Jesse. This is the amount of social capital this man has, that she asked him to go vouch for her. And he immediately goes and just throws her right back under that bus. Like, beautiful. Like, this man had it all unlocked. It was very, very impressive. Like, not just the Cody stuff, that he was continuing. Like, we saw Owen doing it, but Jesse was like putting the nail in the coffin for Carla here. So like just all of that was so impressive to me.
To go back to something Pooya said earlier, so apparently this came out in the exit press, but Jesse had planted the seed of Carla having the knowledge is power. So that's why Cody gave the idol back. And what Cody had said is that Jesse never pressured me. He never asked for it back. All he did was drop the seed of, oh, maybe Carla has knowledge is power. And then Carla asking to see the idol made Cody even more paranoid, because he's like, why would she ask to see it? Like, why would she want to see it unless she's going to steal it from me? And so that was part of the reason why. And that is all to credit Jesse. And I think he's playing a game where we as the audience are able to see what he's doing because it's edited in a particular way. But I guess he's been very quiet around camp. Comes across as very unassuming, yet we see him as this stone cold killer.
Yeah. Hey, Survivor. Dare I say this is the most effective the knowledge is power has ever been when it's not even in the game?
It did something.
Yeah. I mean, it's a forced, it's like literally made to force an error. Like, it's the threat of the knowledge is power more than the knowledge is power itself.
And now that we've seen this, I think that's the end of it, right? Like, now that we've seen that this is like probably the pinnacle of like what's gonna come out of this, like just by its very existence. I don't see a scenario that could top this. Like, you know,
you don't think that they will say, well, you know, it hasn't been used yet effectively. Like, no one has been able to effectively steal someone's thing, but like, should we keep playing it because it's still causing drama, and like people are making moves based on its existence. Like, let's keep it going until we've seen its full story.
I never said they were going to stop jamming.
No, I was just wondering.
Like, you know, I think they're probably just going to keep like bashing their skulls into a brick wall until like something like happens where it's used properly, and Jeff can go, haha, see?
Because this is kind of different than like the do or die thing. Like, Liana, you were saying, like, okay, they got rid of the do or die. It's like, okay, so do or die was, you know, like used twice, and it like it saved the people twice. No one has gone out on it, so they're like, all right, well, that's good enough. We've seen what it can do, I guess.
I mean, that and the fans were like, F Get this off my screen. Like in what world does this twist belong on Survivor? Like it just doesn't. I feel the same way about the shot in the dark too, Phil, is that like even if they're just gonna probably keep it, I would assume. I mean, we saw it on 43. We're probably definitely gonna see it in 44. I think same with Kip, which I think we should start calling it Kip. I see people abbreviate knowledge is power as KIP, and I think we should just say the Kip advantage. So I'd like to coin that here and now on the
Stay home and
B&B.
eat all the freaking chips, Kip.
Yeah.
I've been talking to hot babes all day. Okay.
We love a Napoleon Dynamite reference in 2022. Like beautiful, stunning, love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this question specifically is for Phil, because as the nickname haver, you know, of all of Cody's nicknames, so this is like the confessional that's so good, where he's like, I'm stretching the truth. What the heck? I'm lying to Carla. And then he lists off a few different nicknames. So I want to read them for you now.
Sure.
I think I got them all, but I may have. Anyway, so.
Okay.
Oh, and then we have another one to talk about that is what Cody says about Jesse, but that could just be like, I misheard it. Okay, so here's the nicknames for Cody. Killer Cowboy. I'm going to give you 4. Killer Cowboy, Wild Thing, Killer Cody, and Cowboy Cody. What are your thoughts on these nicknames?
Okay.
Tier list them?
Well, here's the thing, is that I think that like there's a lot of alliteration going on, which I typically am like a pretty big fan of. The AKA is sort of like a great bit that has been passed down from generation to generation. We love hearing people's various nicknames that they've given themselves. We love to hear that. For me, I'm probably going to say the best one is just Wild Thing, you know, because I think like it stands out. Like I get if you're trying to like incorporate your own name or whatever, but I mean like if you're known for a nickname that isn't like doesn't have you like your direct association is not within that nickname, and you can kind of get people to start calling you Wild Thing and just associate that with you, I think you've done some success. Now Cody hasn't done this like this specific thing here, but I think if he could like just keep pushing it, like I don't know, if maybe at Final Tribal he gets up and he's like, hey it's your boy Cody, aka the Wild Thing. Don't forget that. Actually forget the Cody part. It's actually just Wild Thing now.
Right, when you vote for me, like
write down Wild Thing, please.
Yeah. But I think that's for me, I think that's it's kind of a smooth one.
Does it help that like Wild Thing also could be a song, like the song Wild Thing? Like could this become like could he
have walkout music?
Or like it could be like his version of the Shantham where he's like humming like Wild Thing, like when he's doing something nefarious. Like I kind of like that part too. It's like you've got built-in like theme music. Come on.
And it's kind of like directly incorporates like what he's talking about in that confessional of like, hey, like I'm gonna like draw outside the lines a little bit. I'm gonna be a little bit of a wild thing. I'm gonna do something that I'm not really doing a lot of. I'm gonna start lying here.
I also feel like of the nicknames that he listed there, it is wildly the most accurate. Like
he is
he
Wild
a cowboy?
Thing.
Does he like what? I know he's like a surfer. Is he a surfer? I don't know. He lives in Hawaii. I
think that's the only reason why the surfer thing comes in. Yeah, I think so. But he lives in Hawaii. Here's the thing. I do agree that it's the best of the options given, but it's too long and it doesn't like
There's
link
2 syllables.
It's one of the shorter ones. Cowboy Cody, Killer Cody, Wild Thing, 2 syllables.
2 syllables.
But imagine
too long.
Listen, if you're at dinner with Cody, right, and you're like, all right, you know, Phil, you know, how's the work? Oh, work's been good. That's awesome. All right, hey, Wild Thing, can you pass the coleslaw? It doesn't fit.
But you could shorten a nickname. You could be Hey Wildy, or you know, Hey Thingy.
Or,
you know
what?
Thingy-kins.
What do you call Liana? That's 3 syllables. Hey.
It's true, I do have a long name.
But the letters don't match. Wild Thing.
So what if you make it one word and it's like you cut the Wild Thing?
What
like,
that's too fast. Then you kind of miss the message of it. Like you don't really get the impact that you want with it.
I would take Wild T.
Wild T.
Well, that's actually my new name.
He's co-opting that.
I'm actually Wild T now.
Oh,
there we go.
Wild T.
Actually, he can't have it anymore.
I will take royalties. Thank you.
Wild T is just
royalties.
too juicy.
Yeah.
Okay, so another thing that I think I heard during this episode, I think Cody called Jesse my roll dog.
Road
I thought he said
dog, I
road
think.
dog.
Road
Yeah.
dog.
Does he
Road
call
dog?
him the road
Roll-
dog Jesse James? Is
Wait,
that a
like a-
thing?
like
wrestling
roadkill?
thing?
Yeah,
Isn't
no,
that-
no. There's a tag team. There's a tag team of Road Dog, and I believe was it X-Pac?
Okay. Well, maybe
hold
that should
on.
be his nickname.
I thought Road Dog Jesse was someone.
Road
Road
dog,
Dog
too,
is
it's-
Road Dog and
Dog
X-Pac
Jesse
are a tag
James.
team. Yeah,
So
yeah, they're a
that
tag
might be
team.
why he calls him. Oh yeah, my road dog
Yes.
Jesse James.
His name is Brian Gerard.
What? But his last name is James. Why Jesse?
3
though?
first names on this man.
Brian Gerard James, but also somewhere Jesse is in there.
All
so.
right.
Okay, so that.
Anyways,
I think
he's
that's
the
why.
road
Okay,
dog.
so that makes
looks
more
nothing
sense.
like Jesse.
Okay, I didn't hear roll dog because
He called
that
him
makes
roll
no
dog.
sense.
Roll dog.
Roll doll. Yeah. Oh yeah, my roll doll. Oh my god, love his best author. Love his
Yeah.
books. James
Oh,
the
I was
Giant.
thinking of
He's
like a
got
little
baby.
hot dog roll. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, for some reason, then
a rolled dog.
Yeah,
I
it's
pictured the
tasty.
the hot dogs at like convenience stores that are on the little spinny
With
thing
the
that they're
thing.
like
Oh,
eating.
that's a roll dog.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking of like a pastry.
No, it's like-
rolled in a pastry.
That's
Oh,
what I
like a
was
pig in a
thinking of.
blanket.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Mhm.
Pig in a
Yeah.
blanket.
The roll.
No,
dog.
no, like it's like the glistening hot dog on like the
Ugh.
thing, like at the
Yep.
7-Eleven, and
Yes.
you see
The
it's
one that just dances on its own
Yeah.
until
like
someone
next to the
takes it.
taquitos.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Mm.
don't like
just
it.
you saying dancing on its own. I'm like Robin in like,
That's-
like
Yeah.
with the hot dog rotating.
Yeah, if you play that song over a video of one hot dog in that thing, it
Yeah.
matches, it
Art.
syncs up perfectly.
Oh,
Art.
that's
That's your
art.
next
Yeah.
project.
All right,
Okay,
everyone.
yeah, Phil, get on it.
Cut
Slow
this
mo.
out. Cut this out of the pod. Cut it
Oh,
out
yeah.
of the pod.
Don't let anyone hear it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to talk about predictions because I think now that we are at the final 5, we're going into the finale. This is the last opportunity we have to predict who wins. And I think, the word on the street is Jesse's got to win, right? I mean, in my head, this move is very similar to Marianne taking out Omer. I think that you have somebody who is taking out, yes, their closest ally, but the biggest strategic powerhouse left in the game. I think Carla is also severely hurt by this move. She kind of looks like a little bit of an idiot to the jury. You're like, oh, they forced you to play this. They didn't even vote for you, her idol, I mean. And then Gabler and Owen have never really had much agency unless you consider Gabler talking about Ellie, like him just I threw her name out to throw her name out. So is Cassidy the only other person that I think could potentially win the game based on like our perspective from the outside? So I want to hear winner picks. Pooya, are you also on the Jesse train or do you think something else is going to happen?
Nah, it's Jesse. It can't be anyone else but Jesse. I feel like in one master stroke, he not only took out someone that could have been his closest competition, but also an ally, but also a vote for him potentially out. He is still like Carla. Who's Carla going to work with? I think Carla recognizes that he's a big threat, but also Carla, I feel like, recognizes too that I'm probably one of the top targets. So I need to keep working with anyone that'll work with me. So that'll be happening. And then I think it was brilliant to use the idol on Owen because it's, in a way, you're kind of betting on Owen to win immunity and take you at the final 4, which I think is amazing, especially because he has an idol that he can easily play at final 5 if he needs to. So all he needs is to at least either be taken to the end at final 4 or to win that immunity himself or to win fire. So he is literally in a very specific place where he would have to lose fire making to not get there. And I think if he gets there with any combination of people left, it's him easy. I don't see a world where anyone else is taking this W at this point.
Well, and as a note, he also, Owen, I think, at least based on the edit, was the first person that he told about this Cody plan, which I think is, again, another evidence of like, oh, he's solidifying that relationship with Owen. Like Owen is now sort of like his, new number 2, I think. But Wild T, what do you think?
Look what's happened to Jesse's number 1.
I know, right?
Right.
Uh-oh. Okay, Wild T. Let's hear what you have to say.
Well, here's the thing: is like I just feel like Owen doesn't ever take Jesse. Like there are no favors in Survivor. Like thank you for playing your idol on me, but like realistically, Owen is a fan of this game. Like he just saw what Jesse did. There is no scenario. Like, I mean, Jesse, it's wishful thinking for Jesse if he thinks that Owen is going to take him to final 3 after what he just did at that tribal council. Like, Owen is not going to, like, if he wins final immunity, he's definitely not taking Jesse, right?
Unless, and this is like a big unless, Owen feels like he is drawing dead and he wants to play Kingmaker and wants to see the best representative of this season. As a fan of the game, is like, listen, I have not voted correctly at all. I have not driven the strategy of this season. Like, I've lived my dream to play this game. I've had a great time. I'm essentially picking who I'm probably, like, I don't think immunity wins are going to be enough for me to win this game. And I'm ultimately making the choice of who I sit next to and maybe get 1 or 2 votes next to. And I can I totally agree. Like, I truly don't know how I feel about it, but I think that there is a chance where Owen is like, I'm gonna sit next to someone that I would be very happy to lose to, and maybe I knock them down a little bit by taking them. Even though we have seen people be taken and win the game now a couple times, but I think that there is like definitely a chance where Owen thinks he's drawing dead and he really respects Jesse and is like, hey man, kill it.
But again,
I don't know.
I think there are types of players who think like that. Owen is not that type of player.
Yeah.
Owen is a Survivor fan. I think that works on Gabler. I think Gabler's like, okay, I don't really have a shot to win.
See, I don't think that.
I'll take Jesse.
I don't think Gabler thinks that he has no shot to win.
No, I guess, but like I'm saying, if that scenario exists,
Right.
like he's like the kind of guy like, oh, what an honorable thing for me to do and take my buddy.
Here's the thing. I definitely don't think that Jesse is in a good position for anyone left to be choosing to bring him to the final three. I think that's probably the least
I think he knows where
I think there's always better options than him to take.
Like, I think that
100%.
that's the least likely way that he gets there. But I'm just trying to flesh out possible like ways that people would think about doing it. I really don't think it'll happen. But
okay, let me paint a picture.
I love a picture.
Okay.
I love
Paint
a
away.
picture.
So final five. Okay.
Bob Ross.
No,
Yes.
I'm a
Oh my
paint
God.
it
Is it a paint
mental.
picture?
It's a mental picture.
Got it.
We have to
I
use
my
our
brain.
imagination.
Exactly.
It's not what I came here for.
Yeah, just put up paint and then go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
While that would be a great visual
I
aid.
can't see in my brain.
It's Gardic
I'm one of
phone.
those-
This is an audio medium. We're going to audio it up. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so I don't know who wins immunity at 5, but let's say Cassidy gets voted out. Okay, because at the end of the day, Jesse looks at it and is like, you know what, Carla is a name that they've been trying to vote out. I feel like that would be a good shot for me. And then you get to final 4. Owen does win immunity, and Owen, his objective is not to like whether or not Jesse should come with me. It's more so who's gonna beat Carla in fire making. Gabler's right there. Gabler is, a Survivor player, but also like an outdoorsy type. So he's like, all right, you know what, Gabler, you got to do. Gabler's like, I wrote down Ellie's name. Now I'm going to put out Carla's fire, blah, blah, blah. So he takes Jesse to then have Gabler take out Carla. That is a way I can see that this plays out. Because, Phil, I don't disagree with you in that if there's one person on this cast that we recognize as a strategist aside from Jesse, there's a lot. Carla's a strategist. Like, they're all strategists. But we know Owen is someone who's listened to these podcasts, thought about the game strategically, and is thinking of every layer. But in that situation, when your specific objective is get Carla out, then you have to, focus on getting Carla out. And the loyalty thing maybe doesn't play, like the whole, like, I use the idol on you doesn't track, but it's like, well, I need Carla out. So Gabler, can you make that happen? I think that's the scenario I could see that playing out.
Well, I guess he's also maybe banking in that scenario of being like, and maybe people are bitter at Jesse. Like maybe, he's in a scenario where, because it's like hard. I don't know. You see Cody give him a hug and like it's hard to think that guy is not going to still turn around and give Jesse his vote at the end after that. But you could be thinking like, okay, well, I feel more threatened by Carla in the final. I don't know, but like, how are you going into the final 3 thinking that Carla is more likely to beat you than Jesse at this point, when he basically just clowned her at the same time at the same tribal council? It's tricky, but I agree that if his choices are, and his objective is get Carla out at 4 at fire, he's gonna choose Gabler over Jesse in terms of the person more likely to beat her. I just don't know if that's the final four. I just don't know if that's Owen's objective. I think at that point he's like, I put Jesse and Carla to fire and hope that whoever makes it out I can beat. I don't know.
All I know is that I'm so glad that we're gonna find out what happens next week.
Oh my God! Wow, thank you,
Survivor.
So what's your winner?
Next
What's
week,
your winner
next
prediction?
Wednesday, the 14th.
My winner prediction?
Yeah, winner prediction. Yeah, quick, rapid
It's
fire.
your boy. I think it's the Gabler himself. He's
Okay.
I just want the most chaotic ending. Okay. I don't
Okay.
I don't care. I don't care what makes sense. I just want something crazy.
See, I think that I've gone back and forth on how this could end. I see 3 possible winners here. I see Jesse as the most obvious in terms of like full story told, like biggest player of the game, like, you know, done the most moves. We've seen he hasn't really ever looked bad in terms of like gameplay, like, you know, whereas other people we've been shown you know, things that make them look like they weren't really in control of things. Like everyone's been dogged by the edit at some point. I just feel like Jesse hasn't. So from like, you know, just on paper in terms of what they've done and how they've gotten there, it makes a lot of sense. Narratively, it makes a lot of sense in terms of the edit, but it still is kind of hard to see that path. And people have been discussing there are Cassidy truthers out there, and I wouldn't necessarily call myself one of them because but I definitely don't think that it's out of the realm of possibility, because and people are like, no, like after they how they edited Erica, like we're not gonna see like a winner like Cassidy edited the way that she's been with all these like other bigger characters that had their perspectives shown so much more. Like they're not gonna do that again. The production, you're giving them too much credit. Like we've seen them do the same thing over and over again when people are like, why did you do that?
I don't think that's necessarily true. Like they've made like a lot of changes that,
but they also don't. So
right.
I'm just saying it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. And I do think that in a very, very possible scenario where we see Carla go out at 5 and Jesse loses fire, let's say, I see a final 3 with Cassidy, Owen, and Gabler, where it could be a close vote and Cassidy could edge it out. But as the third potential winner that I have here is a similar scenario where I definitely think narratively there is a situation where Owen wins. It's not a super likely
It's a small
scenario,
percentage,
but I definitely, it's something that I could see happening in terms of just the lay of the land at this stage of the game. We've seen people like be really, really out of it early in the like merge and, you know, pick it up in the tail end. And I do think that he has the chops to like sell his game in a final tribal council with the right people, with the right last few moves he makes, couple clutch final immunities. It's also not of the realm of possibility. So narratively, I think it's one of those 3. Unfortunately, I just am not seeing it for Carla or Gabler. But I think like it's a really solid final 5. And I think that it's going to be, I would love, even though it's like, oh, it's so telegraphed, Jesse's definitely going to win. Like he's like buying wide, like the best person left. Like if he does win, I will be completely happy. I'm not upset about that at all. Like that is great. Like I would love to see someone that is shown to us as the best player of the game ultimately go on to win. Like that's great. But I'm almost conditioned to not expect it at this point because it's like, oh, it just seems too good to be true, you know? So I don't know.
Yeah, Owen's got that underdog story, which I think is always very compelling for viewers. I don't know how then that's going to play out on the island where people are just, unless you can really sell like, oh, but I really had to focus on my social relationships and I was able to always be the one, despite winning all these immunities, to never be like a threat unless you're James, who seemed to be the only person ever really mentioning Owen's name. So I think there's definitely a likelihood of that happening. I think I got to back my boy Jesse. I drafted him first in the RHAP draft. I'm going to try to stay true to those initial feelings. We shall see. As Phil said, next week, the 14th on Survivor.
Mark
2-hour
your
finale.
calendar.
3 hours.
Yeah, 3
Get
hours.
your
3
snacks.
hours. Oh god.
It's
All
3
right.
hours.
Pastries,
Yeah,
Including
muffins.
reunion
Load up on
show,
Red Bull.
aka 2 minutes of okay, we got a live audience. All right, goodbye. See you.
Yeah, goodbye. Or are they gonna do the reunion at? Mike should be here for this. I should have listened. The like reunion at the like right after the vote.
I
I
think so,
assume
right? I
so.
don't
I
see why
assume so as
not.
well. It's cheaper for them.
Rob and Jamal were discussing what they think that Rob seems to think that it will be cut down, and that maybe they've learned from the last couple that it's not super compelling to get people's thoughts like 5 minutes after the season ends. So that maybe that 3 hours will just actually be more of the lead up to Final Travel. But
yeah, I mean they did that with was it Game Changers that was like that, where it was like a 3 hour block and the reunion was like 20 minutes,
of
and
it,
they took like 2 and something hours to actually show the
which
finale.
is fine, especially if we're not going to get a true reunion where it's after the season has aired, where you're actually getting people's perspectives like truly post game after watching it all play out. I don't need this is like the coldest take of life at this point, but like no one needs to see the shell shocked people eating pizza.
They're just like more Mike Turner just being like, pizza, where's the pizza? I need more pizza. Favorite
so
moment.
get these people some more pizza.
I kind of like it. I like watching people ravenous and starving, and I kind of get like
Phil's a mukbang kind of guy.
Yeah, you're a mukbang guy.
Oh no, I just also like to see like the misery and the like in their in their eyes.
The losing finalists.
Yeah.
Right,
remember that season, the 41 with Deshaun was just like deflated the entire that was so hard to watch. You're sick. I don't like seeing people like that's hard to watch. Like let this man go home and like decompress. Like good lord. And I also don't like watching people eat. I that is a nightmare to me. I'm dirty. I just lost because let's be real, I probably would. And you're watching my dirty ass eat pizza on live television. Hell,
ass was eating the pizza?
No, you know what I mean.
All
you know what I
right.
mean.
Okay, Phil. No, not the hand motions. We don't need that. No.
The immediate after show is literally the equivalent of like Fortnite emote dancing on someone you just took out, and that's like for most of the cast except for the winner.
Like,
well, you didn't win.
On the losing finalist.
Stuff your dumb faces with pizza.
Here's why you sucked.
Oh
man. All right, enough about the future. Let's talk about the past. And by the past, I mean way back at the beginning of the season when Mike and I wrote our predictions for how we thought this cast would fare. We're talking about Cody. Pooya, I know you have Mike's prediction. Would you like to share what Mike thought Cody was going to do during this season?
Can I do it in my MikeBloom impression?
Of course.
We love Mike.
We love,
I need absolute silence while I fall into character, please.
Okay.
All right. I need absolute silence. Thank you.
I'll mute.
All right. All right. This might be better if you don't look at me because I get self-conscious. All right, hold on.
I bet.
All right. All right. 1 podcast, 2 podcasts, 3 podcasts, 4 podcasts. All right. I'm ready.
Okay. So Cody, I had making the jury. I said that he will show the live-in tattoo on his butt cheek to his tribe members at least 3 times this season. I'm not sure what the final count was, probably close to it. We'll get a montage in the first few episodes of everyone calling Cody a, quote, crazy goofball while he does random things around the island. I'll say that he has the biggest smile every time a new twist is announced. And despite not being in the driver's seat for any moves, he gets blindsided mid-merge for being a challenge threat and being too likable. In all honesty, he should have seen it coming. His closest ally was Justine. His enemy was nobody, parentheses, that's not the Mahalo lifestyle, brah. He'll have 18 confessionals, and the randomly generated phrase for Cody is, the fact that there's a stairway to heaven and a highway to hell explains life well. Does kind of sound like a Cody phrase. Sad to be missing the B&B this week, but I'm excited to listen to the double date. I'll say aloha to you all for this week, and then aloha next week when we're going to be covering the finale with TikToker Dave Jorgensen. Super excited.
I don't
Wow.
like that Mike
you've
made me
gotten-
say bra, but I
Wait,
have
you've
to do what I
gotten
have to do.
so good
Yeah,
at your
that's-
Mike Bloom impression.
That's
like,
even
it's
better than last
improved.
year. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's so
It doesn't
good.
count unless you could look me in the eye while you do it. It does. I'm sorry.
Okay,
You get
yeah,
there.
maybe
there's
we're
a
I
gonna
want
little
to
turn
see
it
those
around.
fetishy,
piercing
Phil.
blue eyes.
Yeah. While
With
you're
Mike
like
Bloom.
No, I
ignoring
get the
your
stage fright thing.
child
I get the
in the
stage fright thing. I'm
background.
sorry.
Yo, Dave Jorgensen coming through. Love that.
Yes,
Yeah.
human giant Dave Jorgensen.
Okay. Lovely man though. Met him in DC. Great chap.
Yeah, that's literally Mike and I cornered him. We're like, when are you coming on the B&B?
Oh, that's when you booked him?
That's how you book. You
Yeah.
you don't give them the opportunity. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the message. It's like,
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
looking right
No,
at you.
We're both right in front of you.
Yeah. You can't say no.
Oh man. Okay. Well, honestly, I'm really impressed with what Mike predicted. I think this is a runaway win for him, but I'll go ahead and read what I had for
Yeah.
Cody.
How many thousand confessionals did you say Cody
Only
had?
12, but that's because I thought he was going very early. I had him as
Well.
pre-jury, which I'm very happy to be wrong about. Same with
Mhm.
Phil. These types of characters always like make me laugh with their background dancing and getting totally hopped up on sugar and caffeine. So I wrote that Cody was just a mess this season, but like a lovable mess, but also like a liability mess. His chaotic, out of the box strategic thinking made the Vessi tribe uneasy because they couldn't predict what he was thinking. Cody went looking for all of the idols, dug around the camp, looked under the shelter. He was determined to find something, but he never did. I said his ally was the jungle. His enemy was Justine. And as I mentioned, 12 confessionals. So I think write this one up for Mike. He had a better handle on what Cody was going to do in the game. And like I said, very happy to be wrong.
I mean, like, yeah, Mike really hit at some, like, not quite the exact situation, but very, very close.
Pretty damn close.
Yeah. So pretty impressive stuff. And I think that, like, I can completely understand why you made the prediction you made, Liana. Like, this was a wonderful surprise for all of us. Like, even for me, I was like, merge boot. Like, I'm pretty sure in the boot order thing I did for the little game we're doing. Shout out Randy Newpol. I think I had him as like merge boot because I was like, this is like Chris Noble. Like, this is like,
How dare you?
what? That's another guy you love.
Right, you're right.
Right?
Okay,
Like,
okay,
that's the
sorry.
same sort of thing.
Sorry, every time I just think so. Every time someone says Chris Noble, I think they're gonna say something mean.
No, I'm just saying, like,
I get
same sort
defensive.
of.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
sorry. Like, I didn't mean to trigger you there.
Yeah, you did.
But same sort of like situation where but what a lovely surprise to see that this guy at the time that he gets blindsided, like, was in a very, very good position to win the whole thing. Not what you would expect from this archetype. Even after like the first episode, I don't think that anyone would have made this prediction for Cody. So I'm very delighted to see someone come in as a huge wild card, not just a wild thing, and impress us. Ultimately, yes, he should have seen it coming, like Mike said. He should not have given his idol back to Jesse. But he had some really good reads on the game. He had some good ideas. He wanted to pull off moves. I love to see it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If I was in Cody's position and my best ally not only was holding on to my idol, but then used it on someone else and voted me out, and then got up and said, "Where's my hug?" You're not getting a hug from me. I'm dipping.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like hold it against you. I'll still like probably vote for you because like that is an ace move. But in that moment, I'm not gonna be like, all right, here's your hug. No, that's not happening. So,
And that's why it's great though, because like different levels of people and how they would take that. Like you are a person that would be like, no, you're not getting a hug.
and I thought Cody might be that way. So the fact that he didn't, he met it with grace. I was like, this is sick. Love that. My favorite moment in the episode, aside from all the strategic stuff, was when Cody was doing his weird happy dance and Gabler of all people was like, yeah, I don't like that.
No, you're being weird.
Yeah. Okay, you're taking it a little too far. Well, I think also Gabler is like a little like salty that he's like, Okay, you're having a great day. You just had a lot of coffee and Danishes. I'm jealous.
Well,
Get out of here.
Gabler had the best single quote of the episode.
The camo
words
one?
vibes. No, the one where
Oh.
he was like, "It was bittersweet." Actually, it was bitter because we didn't get any sweet.
Yeah.
All right,
Facts.
all right.
Facts.
Bars. He was really
bars,
spitting.
spitting bars. Yeah, he also said they
Pretty
don't
good.
see me. It's the camo. Like he's
Yeah.
got losing finalist written all over him. Sorry on that one.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if I see it for him, but he's been giving us like lots, like he gave a lot of confessionals during this episode where he feels like he's definitely driving his game, and like I don't see it for him because of the amount of other situations I see as more likely.
I think y'all are underestimating the BJs.
The BJs?
Yeah,
Please elaborate.
the bitter jurors, guys. Everyone's gonna be bitter.
yes.
Be bitter.
No, you think this is a bitter jury?
It's gonna be a BJ
No.
everywhere.
Is
Every
this-
single one of them.
This is wishful thinking, I think, for you.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
my
But
boy
I
Cody's
don't
out.
know.
What else am I supposed? I'm supposed to fantasize.
no, like I love fleshing out all the different ways that this could go.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So
Flushing.
All right, so let's move on to our next segment, which we've only done once and is already my favorite segment of all time on the B&B. It is the "What the hell is Jeff doing on Instagram" segment. The WTHIJDI.
oh my
What the hell
gosh.
is Jeff doing? Whatever.
I'll trust you. I
OI.
can't go that
The
far.
point is, so last week we talked about some posts that were on the CBS TV Instagram account, and there is another one that I absolutely want to talk
We're to
about.
make
So
a
let me go
surprise
ahead.
move.
Quiet, Jeff. Okay, so to set up this clip for those who are listening to the podcast, so we have Jeff answering a question that he is reading. He pulled out of the urn in the set that they've made for him over at CBS. And so he's going to go ahead and answer, I assume, a fan question or a plant question. Either way, we can discuss it. So let's just hear what Jeff has to say.
If they were to make a Survivor movie, and why wouldn't they, who would you want to play you? Okay, I'm going to divide this into decades that I've been on Survivor. The first decade, Harry Styles. Young, bright, fun. Middle
Pause.
decade, Brian Reynolds.
Wait.
Yes?
The first decade, he said Harry Styles.
Yes.
Mhm.
So in the 2000s, he would have wanted Harry Styles to play him.
Mm-hmm.
He looks the same every decade. Why did he have to split it into decades?
Yeah, isn't one of the things about Jeff that he doesn't age, and he's kind of been a constant throughout for the most part.
Okay, well, let's hear his explanation, okay?
Decade, Harry Styles. Young, bright, fun. Middle
British.
Young, bright, fun.
Yeah.
Which I
I-
think really just encapsulates Jeff. Young, bright, fun.
You feel like
Especially
the first,
back then.
the first decade he was young, bright, fun?
No, he
That's
was
what he's
so
saying.
he was very stoic. He was so stoic. He would be like,
Okay,
"Hey
well,
guys, welcome to
Okay,
Tribal
Phil,
Chemistry."
I love that interpretation. Let's hear the rest of the clip.
decade, Brian Reynolds. Getting a little more sophisticated, cultured, action hero. He's funny. And then for the last decade,
Pause.
Stallone.
Wait.
No.
Okay.
If anything, he's going more Ryan Reynolds right now, like where we are right now.
Yes.
Like I feel like he's like very much like
Very
talking to the
Deadpool.
cameras. I'm
Deadpool.
Deadpool,
Yeah.
making jokes. Like he's a little bit mixed up here, but
Okay, let's-
Stallone.
Okay, let's get to Stallone. Let's hear
Let's hear it.
He's funny. And then for the last decade, Stallone. But here's the twist, because there's always a twist. They actually represent me in reverse order, because really in the beginning I'd be more like Stallone. Then in the middle I'm trying to get like Ryan Reynolds. And right now I only want to be Harry Styles.
You M-nighted us.
What the heck?
Hey.
I just got clowned by Jeff.
what the-
Gotcha.
You just got
The
roasted.
self-awareness.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. I'm shook. I was really ready to dog the hell out of this guy. Be like, what? Where is the awareness? This is literally the opposite.
Wait, but if it's in reverse, then he's still Ryan Reynolds. isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly. So it's like,
Oh,
only
no.
Yeah.
He's still Ryan
I
Reynolds.
mean, I think that there's like Ryan Reynolds and Harry Styles aren't different enough. Like you could use Ryan Reynolds or Harry Styles, I guess, as like the bright, young, fun, like talking to the camera, like having a good time.
Do you know who Ryan Reynolds is, by the way?
Yes, I know who Ryan Reynolds is. I love Ryan
Canadian
Reynolds.
icon.
Love Ryan
I
Reynolds?
loved Ryan Reynolds. I watched Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place. Does anyone remember that?
You're Reynolds over Gosling?
Was a pizza
Hell
place
yes.
part of the title? I don't think so.
Wasn't it Two Guys, a Girl, and a Pizza Place?
Maybe. Am I thinking of
Isn't that just
another
a line
different
in the
show? I
movie?
might be thinking of a
Yeah,
different
early
show.
I don't-
2000s a Pizza
2000s.
Place.
It
Yes,
was a
the
TV
sitcom.
show.
It was a TV show. Yeah.
Right, with
From-
Ryan Reynolds?
Yes, from 1998 to 2001.
I'm aging myself.
Oh, see, it's the show I was thinking of, but for me, it was advertised as Two Guys and a Girl. The pizza place was never part of the title
No,
in
the
Dubai.
Pizza Place was very, very pivotal to the whole story.
I like that Dubai was like, no pizza. A guy and a girl fine, but no pizza.
Leave it to the imagination.
This is why Pooya thinks that some like too many words. They're like, okay, we're not adding the Pizza Place onto this title. It's too long.
Yeah, too long.
Anyway,
Too long.
I am an OG Ryan Reynolds fan. Just because I don't watch a lot of movies doesn't mean that I don't know my Canadian legends. And
Oh, yeah?
yes,
So
it's
why are you
Ryan Reynolds
shaming
over
Jenny?
Gosling.
Like,
How
what is
many
this?
Ryan Reynolds movies have you seen this year? He's been in
This
a
year?
lot of movies this year.
Zero, but how many movies have I seen this year? Probably 2.
But I just don't think you can say you're a huge Ryan Reynolds fan. You
Okay,
haven't even seen
No,
the movies
I'm
in
not
the
saying I'm a
last 10
huge
years.
Ryan Reynolds fan.
You're
I'm
an
just
OG
saying
Ryan
I
Reynolds
am an
fan.
I know him, and
You know him.
personally.
All right, bet.
Yeah, it's Canada. We all know each other.
Mhm.
Anyway,
He's a BC boy.
yeah.
You can have Gosling.
No,
He's in Ontario.
Reynolds over Gosling like 20 million times.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I just think I think Gosling has more range. Ryan Reynolds is always himself.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
No, and I don't say I
Yeah.
just not saying it like it's a bad thing. I like
I just
him.
think that he's a good person.
I just think Gosling's got more range.
That's fine.
Okay.
So do you think
Well-
that is there ever a decade that
Should we
Jeff
talk
Probst
Yeah,
about
with Ryan
Survivor?
Gosling. When
Yeah,
was he
could Jeff-
Ryan Gosling? That's really
could
what
Jeff
we want to
Probst
know.
be Ryan Gosling
I think Gosling fits a Jeff Probst
in the middle?
type more than a Reynolds. Like Jeff is not. I mean, like Jeff is trying to be Ryan Reynolds right now, but I think he's kind of failing. To be honest, I've
He's
never
saying
had
he's
Jeff
Harry
be on my
Styles.
nerves more than he has been lately. I gotta say, just all his the competition commentary lately is just everything is just like feels like a needle. He's like, oh, you really fricked it up there, buddy. And it's like every single time I'm like, dude, they're going through some stuff, Jeff. Like, go easy on these people, you know, like you'll make me cry out there. Like it's hurtful. Like they're already under a very stressful situation, and he's just like needling them
You gotta
as they're failing to your
Mhm.
face.
the
Mhm.
psychological toll is a whole part of it. He's got to, contribute.
Psychological torture. That's how we do it on Survivor.
Yes.
Like,
Okay. Well, let's go back to some celebrity talk because the game that I have prepared for us to play, Jenny, you are super familiar and this is unfortunately the only game you're ever going to play on the B&B because
I can't
we
be mad
love-
about this. I
Woo!
can't be mad about this.
yes.
I was hoping too. I was like, would they do another claim to fame for me?
Oh, bitch. Yes, please.
Oh, yeah.
We've been waiting. It's like, when is Jenny coming on the show? We're doing Survivor Claim to Fame. So we played this over the summer with Jenny on the RHAP B&B when we were covering Big Brother, when we were covering Big Brother. And that was the first time we had debuted the game. So we're going to go ahead and hit it from the Survivor angle. So essentially the way that this game works is if you are not familiar with the TV show Claim to Fame, you have the family members of celebrities all compete and they have to guess who the who the relative is related to, okay? So for example, if you had Ryan Reynolds' dad competing on the show, you would try to guess Ryan Reynolds. So the way that this works here is I have pulled images of Survivor relationships. Okay. So this is all biologically related. So this could be children, this could be parents, this could be cousins, anything in that vein. And then I have put together visual clues as well as our favorite wine bottle rebus puzzles. And it's up to you guys to try to guess who this person is related to. So I think, Jenny, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think you guys played together. You and Mike were on the same team.
Yes,
you were working
we
together.
were working together. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think I think let's do that again. Instead of having any type of competition, because I love hearing the banter back and forth of what does this clue mean and what celebrity Survivor player could it be related
And
to?
on Claim to Fame, like there are alliances. People are working together to help each other figure out who people are. So I think that's fair game. We're a team here. We are all allies, and we want to figure out these relatives together. So I'm into that.
Perfect. Okay, let's get into it. We have our first contestant for Claim to Fame Survivor Edition. It is this young gentleman. His name is Jared. And did I give you guys the relationships of how they were related?
I don't think you did.
Okay, so then I will not.
Well, we know who this is.
Yeah, is this an example one?
Oh. Okay. What do you think? Who do you think?
I feel like this is the only one I would get. Yeah, I feel like this is the only one I would ever get.
Yeah.
What kind of dummies do you think you got on this show? Come on now.
It's the same example.
The first one's supposed to be easy, okay?
Okay.
I
like easy. No, I like easy. Sorry.
You're filling us with false confidence.
Also,
I love that.
Okay, here's the thing. Not gonna lie, the Survivor contestants are way worse than the Big Brother people when it comes to posting pictures of their family online. Okay, so
they hide them more?
It was slim pickings. I had people who I was like, oh, I have all the clues for, I'm ready to go, and I could not find a picture of like a person related to them. Okay, so I'm just throwing that out there. So fine.
You should have got contacted some of the survivors we have
I know I should have just messaged them directly.
Can you send a selfie of you and a loved one?
I know. I need a picture of your second cousin.
Well, if Jordan Kalish can message Sandra and ask like specific questions, why can't you?
That's fair. No, I just
okay. Well, I want to see the full clues, Liana.
Okay, so
I know how much work you put into this.
Thank you. All right. So yeah. Okay. Shut up, Pooya. You're just stupid, Pooya. Okay, fine. So what does this mean? So describe it also for the people who are listening to the audio only version of the podcast.
There are 3 cards. There's the Ace of Hearts, the 2 of Spades, and the 3 of Clubs. But this is obviously depicting a 3-2-1 vote, which was very much executed beautifully by Suri.
Yes. Okay. How about the next one?
It's ScarJo, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, very good.
AKA the Black Widow, AKA the Black Widow Brigade.
Very good. Very good.
The testicles are out.
Okay, Pooya's crushing this. Yeah, well, let's go back. Let's take a look. Okay.
All right. So there's the silhouette of a woman, like a ladies' bathroom sign silhouette. An arrow pointing up, a couch, and a party cone. So it's ladies up, party couch.
Ladies up, party couch.
Party couch.
Ladies up,
party couch.
Oh, she got off the couch.
Yes, she got up off the couch.
Wait, I thought. Wait. Okay. He got it.
He got it. Yeah.
She
got up off the couch.
I thought y'all were like trolling.
No, I knew.
I thought he was trolling.
I was letting Pooya go for it. Ladies up,
party couch.
Party couch. Get up off, lady up, party couch. Okay, and then the final clue here. This one is a little bit obvious. It's a balance beam. Yes. Okay. Let's get to the reveal because we have the 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Gotta.
What is this from GDP draft?
I was make it shorter. And it won. Oh, yes. Thank you.
It's Suri.
Only Suri feels.
I would have never guessed that.
Oh my God. Great job. Okay.
Good job.
Let's move on to our next contestant on Survivor Edition, Claim to Fame.
It's just Brandon Hance.
Is Randolph.
Okay.
Okay. I apologize for the again. I had put together clues and I had a hard time finding
zoom
pictures.
A little bit?
Is this a group picture of like 300 people and you zoomed in on like?
That sounds
what
like
potato was this captured on? That's my question.
Okay, so we have a very grainy picture.
Sure.
So
hey, if you want, like, I'll dip out of the game. You keep testing them. I'll find it like a better, like I'll do a picture. I'll find it like that.
Good luck. I spent all of last night looking for this. Okay, so this is Randolph. All right, so here is the first clue.
It's a cemetery
or a graveyard.
Yes.
Am I right?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm
know
onto
who it is
something.
too. I think we're on the same
Okay,
page,
let's go
Jenny.
through it. Let's go through
keep
it.
going
Yeah,
through.
let's
We have no
see.
idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's see. Okay, so here is the
Ah.
next
Okay.
clue.
I hurt
Okay.
my knee. Owie.
It's a little character child with an ouchie. Like
But
Yeah,
one is
bruised knee.
one is looking at the ouchie and one is crying
Crying.
about the ouchie.
2 ouchies is all I'm gonna say.
2 ouchies.
There's 2
I see 1 ouchie.
separate
Oh,
ouchies. Okay.
Yes.
No. One child, 1 ouchie each.
Yeah. I mean,
Does
I guess
the
the
ratio
ouchie is
matter?
the same. I think the fact that there are
Listeners, do you get it?
2 ouchies.
Yes.
It's not just the one ouch,
But it's 1 child with 1 ouchie. Okay, this
Okay.
is okay. Anyway,
but it's shown twice. It's shown twice.
Okay.
He's crying in the second one. I think that means something.
Right. Okay.
Okay. All right. How about the next one?
Ooh, a banana.
Yes,
And-
that makes sense.
So describe what you guys see. So there's
So,
2 images here.
I see so it's a white background. There is a banana on the left side, like a giant
Mhm.
banana, and then right
Yep.
next to it, it's me and my dad walking through a door.
Since when are you a ginger?
He's got groceries and he's smiling at me.
He's got a baguette in
I'm
his
kind of-
grocery bag.
I'm kind of being a
Mhm.
little shit and not helping him with the groceries. Kind
You're
of
opening the
impolite.
door for him.
But
You're
this,
holding the door
you're right.
open.
Okay, but I could be carrying on. Like, here's my thing. I'm always striving to be the most polite person.
Yes,
So, like,
yeah,
I should be
manners.
holding the groceries
and grabbing
opening
one
the
of the
door.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go to the wine bottle clue. Let's see if you can decipher this. So we have 4 images.
Ah, yes.
What are
Yes,
you
so-
seeing?
I see. So you go. You go.
Okay, so there's a child with a suitcase. It looks like he's maybe leaving for something.
Au revoir.
I'm saying it
Mhm.
looks like he's saying farewell.
Mhm.
There's a house.
Mhm.
There are this looks to be some sort of statue with people praising it,
Yes.
bowing times 2.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then that image has a arrow going into an image of a pocket.
Yes.
yes.
And I know what this says.
We're on the same page, Jenny.
Yes, we absolutely.
Okay.
I haven't
So
seen this
all right. So
Okay.
what I
Um,
think you guys have come to the answer. Do you have a guess? This is
Yes.
the final clue before
Okay.
the
Yeah.
reveal. What do you
Okay.
think?
This
So let's figure out what we know. There was a graveyard.
Yeah.
There was 2 children with an ouchie.
yeah.
There was a
Mhm.
banana. There was
Banana.
me and my dad. There was someone going home with a trophy of some sort in a pocket.
In a pocket.
Who do we
Uh-huh.
know
Two.
that fits
Two.
the
2 of 'em.
criteria?
Uh-huh.
2 of them.
2 whole idols in their pocket.
Yep.
And what does that have to do with a graveyard? A graveyard.
Phil, are you
Grave.
memeing or you know?
Grave.
I truly have no idea.
Someone, maybe it's somebody who dug graves, like I'm doing right
Oh.
now by
There we go.
extending this
Yes.
as long as I am. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it's James Clement.
Yes.
That's right, baby.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Let's hear.
Yeah.
All right. What is that the consensus?
Yes.
Yes.
That was my first instinct.
Okay. Let's go with this.
Let's hope we're right.
The banana
explain
etiquette,
Yes, banana etiquette. Okay. The etiquette
Mhm.
is the kid opening the
the
door. for
graveyard makes sense, and then
for
going
the
home
dad
with
with
2 idols
groceries.
in your
Yeah,
pocket.
2 idols in your pocket. Yes,
Yeah.
it is the 3-time Survivor contestant, James Clement. And actually,
Forgot
Randolph
how
is a
handsome
fake.
he is.
I know, right?
Jeez.
Randolph is a fake name. It is James Clement Sr. is actually his dad's name, which is a total giveaway. I'm gonna be like, yeah, this is James. So, okay,
Tricked again.
Wow.
Foiled again.
you guys are 2 for 2.
Oh, do we
Let's
still get
see.
the point?
Yeah, we
It-
should get it.
yep.
Even though
Let's
the
see
name
if
was
you've
okay.
Yeah, the name
eliminated
was
2
just
other
so that we
people.
didn't
No,
get it
yeah.
as easily.
Okay, better.
Mhm. Let's see if you
Randolph.
can go Randolph. Let's see. If
I
you
would
can
love to
go-
see the photo that that photo was taken from.
Okay,
later.
so let me explain. I had all of the clues for James. I had already put it together, and then I could not find a picture of his family members.
Oh
I
no.
scoured the internet high and wide. I finally found an article from like the Louisiana Acadia Times from 2010
my
of the
God.
grainiest picture of him, his mom, his dad, and some other person. And I was like, this is the best.
this
it's
is
gonna
good
be.
enough.
We're getting
mean,
all
if-
10 pixels of his dad. bad.
If you've done the work already, you take what you can get.
You gotta go for it,
yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Again,
No way, we're not
fucking
airing this.
respect.
Survivor contestants, whatever. It's fine.
Okay.
Let's talk about the next contestant here, Melania or Malani. Malani. I'm not 100% sure how to
Melania.
pronounce
I think
that.
Melani.
Melani. Let's
Yeah.
go with that. This is our next contestant here. So let's see if you guys can start to put together the clues to guess who this is. Okay, here is your first clue.
So dude doing push-ups.
Yeah, that's a push-up.
He's got full cheeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
A guy doing push-ups. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what you think of this next clue.
Ooh la la.
Believe me,
Chris
I
Underwood.
had a lot of options for pictures, and I chose this one.
So somebody who is a big dick.
Is this getting to like they were voted out and came back into the game?
It's not a bad shout, Jenny. It's not a bad shout at all.
Okay. That's something we should keep in mind.
Or they won Survivor.
Right.
But also both?
Yes.
Okay. Let's keep it in mind.
Okay. All right. So you've got push-ups and Chris Underwood as your two clues so far.
Okay.
Here is your wine bottle clue.
All right.
Let's see what you can make of
okay. I
this.
know who it is. I know who it is now. I know who it is. And
It's
I
a
was thinking about it in the
finger-
last one.
It's
Okay,
a
Pooya,
finger pointing right at us.
Okay.
And then there's a voting ballot with it says vote on it. And then the number 4.
Okay.
And then a whispering sign and a question mark.
Okay. I think
Did you
vote for who
I told you to?
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
I see.
Easy pickings.
That was what I was
Okay.
guessing in the last one because I was like someone that came back into the game, but also someone who has won. Same thing, baby.
Okay. All right.
SMRT, Jenny. SMRT.
Thank you.
Okay.
We're
I have my
99.9% sure, but
I have my moments.
let's,
Okay, let's keep
see.
going.
Let's see if the
Aw,
last
twins.
Aw, hand-holding.
Oh my
That's adorable.
gosh.
Where did you source these children pictures?
I googled twins clip art.
Ah,
I got.
Good job.
All right.
Spoiler alert here. Yes.
Just trying to stock up on my sourcing materials.
Okay, let's go ahead and do the reveal. Is it the one, the only Natalie Anderson?
It's Natalie Anderson. Come on, baby.
You know what's funny? We never said her name, Liana, until you did.
Oh, okay, my bad.
But we nailed it.
Jenny knew. And by the way,
I had a suspicion as soon as I saw Chris Underwood.
Okay, push-ups.
yeah, the
Makes
push-up
sense.
I didn't
thing
think
was
the push-ups
Was
gave
this
me
really
nothing
CrossFit?
until
CrossFit
yeah.
and also
CrossFit.
Winners at War. There's like that one segment of her just doing push-ups, and like I can't get that out of my mind. It's so
Wow.
impressive.
Ooh.
So,
I do not remember that
Yeah,
at all.
same,
yeah.
please.
So
Okay.
the weird things
Wow.
I remember. Yes,
Very
Natalie
impressive.
Big
Anderson.
dub.
That is her mother. Is
Mhm.
the woman in the photo? I actually don't know her name. It was never listed anywhere, so I just googled Sri
So
Lankan.
you made up a name that you couldn't pronounce? Or you
I
picked a name that you
googled
didn't
Sri
know how to
Lanka.
pronounce?
Well, she's from Sri Lanka, and so so I just googled names, and that's
Gotcha.
It's so funny though because that name sounds exactly like a name that we were discussing last night when we were remember and I was like, is that a Filipino name? Remember that like that woman on that we were watching the gift card scam video and I was like and I showed you them and then we guessed if that woman was Filipino and you're like, oh yeah.
Yes.
And I was like, is that a Filipino name? And it was like almost the exact same. It was like Milan
No, I don't-
or something.
I
Anyway,
don't know. You'll have to
sorry.
show me again.
It was front of mind. Anyway,
I see.
apparently it's a Sri Lankan name.
Okay, sure, whatever. Let's move on to our next contestant. Number 4 here on Survivor, Claim to Fame.
Right.
This is Anthony. Tony for short. Allegedly.
That is a long beanie.
It's like it's over his eyebrows.
Yeah,
That's
and
a
it
two.
goes up a lot.
But yes.
Okay, well, it's
Yeah,
kind of dark in the picture. I don't know how
I
tall
think
it
it's
is.
isn't it fit to his head though? It looks kind of snug.
It does look snug.
Or it almost looks like was it erased out? Is he actually truly wearing a hat, or did like someone like Photoshop something
Edit
out
out
of
the
his
person
head?
behind,
Siri,
maybe.
Brighton,
Yeah.
Brighton.
Doesn't
Right
it?
there.
Doesn't it
He's
look like it
wearing-
was just like
Extended.
He's
clone?
wearing a beanie, but yes,
Okay.
I did have to edit something. I just put a big block over something on his head that would immediately give him away.
Oh, you
He's
did
calling
this.
out your Photoshop.
It's the
Wow.
same. The beanie is the same. I literally even copied from the beanie and just pasted over
Yeah, you did the
one
clone
strip.
too.
I didn't do a good job. I didn't
Okay.
try very
It's
hard.
okay.
Okay.
No,
I
it's
know.
okay. I just
Hey,
was
it's
like,
good.
is he wearing that or?
He is wearing a beanie, okay? But that's not important, okay? Here's your first
Gargoyle.
Yes.
That's not important. This
This is
picture
important.
of a
This is
gargoyle
what's
person.
important. Yeah, focus on this, not the beanie, guys. Okay. All right.
Liana,
so
what's the name of this gargoyle in the show?
that I can't tell you.
I don't know. I'm gonna find
If
out.
you
I don't
cared
know
and
who
paid
this is.
attention
We're not allowed to
to
Google.
the
I don't know.
guy.
No.
Yeah,
okay.
no
They don't have-
Googling.
they don't have
Hey, what do you,
phones
with
Not
wait, what do you,
Google.
Maxwell?
Didn't Google.
Look, what do you,
Didn't Google.
Maxwell? Stop it.
Yeah.
No phones.
Yeah, no phones.
Sorry.
Don't be
Okay,
a
so-
Maxwell.
All right. So what I'm hearing you say is that this is a gargoyle from the TV show.
Mhm.
Gargoyle.
I never
Good TV
watched it,
show.
but I was
What
aware
TV
of
show
it.
is
Okay.
it?
Well, it's amazing. So it's
Liana
fine.
loves it.
Was it called
I do.
Gargoyles? Wasn't
Yes.
it just called
Possibly.
Gargoyles?
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
Gargoyle from
iconic TV
Gargoyle.
show.
Bad, bad,
Okay,
bad.
so we have a particular gargoyle, which I will be happy to explain later
Sure.
once you guys have a better idea. But let's
That's
move
kind of
to.
like a Frankenstein's monster face.
Okay, that's
Anyway.
rude, but that's fine. Let's move on to the wine bottle clue.
Ooh, I know who it is.
What do you guys
so
see here?
Oh my
we
god.
see an emoji with a text bubble next to it. We see a Survivor logo. We see a kid in a box, and then an Emmy and a red blob doing a speech.
A red blob. I think that's a person, Pooya.
Okay, it's a person doing a speech, but it's not like a real
It's
person.
not,
like
but
a
it doesn't have like a
cartoon
face.
person.
Yeah, but
with
it's
no
clearly
face.
supposed to be a person.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
It's got hands.
Mhm,
It's got hands, it's got
Okay.
a head, it's got
Alright.
little feet.
Okay.
hmm
okay.
Big hands, to be honest. Those
I
like
gotta
Chris
say,
Underwood hands.
So far, I'm stumped.
I don't actually know.
I know who it is.
The
Okay,
Emmy
let's,
thing makes me think though it's like Carla was just talking about like, oh, I deserve an
Like a
an Emmy.
performance.
But like, I
Mhm.
don't think any of the other things make sense. And I still don't really understand what this clue is. Talking about Survivor. Oh, wait, no, maybe not.
Let's go.
Okay, let's keep
Yeah,
going.
let's see.
Sorry.
Yeah, let's see if these other clues can help to identify.
Oh, I know who it is now. I know who it is. It's Mike White, right?
We're
Yeah,
not done.
I think
That's
so.
the last
I think
clue.
so.
Oh, it's the last clue.
All right,
That's
you've
what's
got
clue.
you've got a couple
Oh,
more
no,
clues.
no, no, yeah.
Why you dogging me with my own emote? What is this?
That is like
He's like,
That's
"Ah."
Pooya.
Is that what it does when it's
picture of
animated?
Pooya.
I don't like
See,
that.
That's where it looks like it's feeling some boobies.
yeah.
I
for
hate
sure.
this.
That is when it gets pervy.
You're
Yeah.
ruining my emote.
But at least it's
Or
not
the
like
emoji,
twinkling
rather,
stars.
not
Oh,
emote.
okay.
Okay, it looks like some sort of flower.
All right.
It's
Did
white.
you like?
White?
The
I
white
mean, you could call it a lotus, maybe.
White flower. The white
Okay.
flower?
white flower. White
Jenny.
flower.
Ooh,
White
what's white
flower.
flower?
Oh, Carla was wearing flower. Jenny
Oh,
can't eat flour.
Yes,
it's
flour.
gluttonous.
It's in baked goods. Who likes baked goods?
Okay.
Um,
It's Cody. Cody likes it.
Oh my
Based
gosh,
on
it's
what we've
like-
seen, I can now confirm that the name of that gargoyle in question was Goliath.
Oh.
Whoa!
I know.
Boom.
Good
Yeah,
job.
it's
Wow.
fine.
That helped me 0%. I was like, all right.
Let's go to the reveal. I believe you guys, Jenny, you said Mike White. Is that
It's
what you want to
Mike
lock
White.
in?
No,
as your
but
final
let's
answer?
talk about this a little bit
Let's
more.
talk
I
about it a
think
little
this
bit.
is Alec
Uh-huh.
Merlino.
Oh yeah.
There's
Goliath.
one. Oh, there's
was
one
also a
slide that she's not
wait.
showing that says.
Yeah, no,
fuck
Goliath,
this.
emoji, Emmy, White Lotus.
Yeah,
it's
he's
it's,
gotten all
it's
those
Mike
things.
White. It's
This-
Mike
this
White.
guy, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's Mike White. Okay, let's see if you guys are right here. Of course, Mike
Michael
White, notably of David and Goliath fame. He was on the
New York
Goliath tribe,
Jets.
and ba-boom!
Good
Yes, the iconic.
What
I
was
love
the
that the
kid in
wine
the
was
box
the
clue?
real sign. For
Okay,
Who else is
so
a wine
I-
survivor?
Well,
Alright,
it's an
Wine
iconic
fiend.
moment of him in the
Very
in the
iconic, yes.
forest with the wine
Mhm.
glass.
So
King.
Goliath, obviously,
Mhm.
as I mentioned. So talking survivor in when you Google search clip art prepositions, this is what comes up for in. So talking survivor in Emmy speech. which he did mention
Oh.
Survivor in his Emmy speech.
Okay.
Okay.
The wine glass, which is the iconic scene from David and
Yes.
Goliath, where he's drinking
The-
wine and giving the side eye. The emoji from the Emoji Movie. White Lotus from, of course, the hit TV show White Lotus, which leads us to Mike White.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful. Stunning.
Boom.
Next one. You guys are doing great on this. Here
Okay.
is our next
This is a
contestant
LinkedIn
here
photo.
on the show. This is Timothy.
Timothy.
Good old
Timothy
fashioned
what?
Timothy.
Allegedly,
I
Timothy.
thought you were gonna
Allegedly.
go.
No, Timothy
It
is actually
sounded
the
like you
real
were going to
name.
give a last name there.
Real name Timothy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Real
All right.
name Timothy. Also,
Real
by
Hey,
the way,
did
Anthony.
you get this photo from LinkedIn?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay.
This is from an article. This is Timothy.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, Anthony also a fake name because Mel White, which is actually Mike White's dad, was on The Amazing Race. So I thought you guys might get that one.
See, and I
Oh.
never saw it. I knew that, but like as soon
Yeah,
as
I knew-
yeah.
We're also not like huge Amazing Race stands.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that one would get by. So
I knew that
thankfully,
he raced with his dad,
so
but I wouldn't have known
his
he was
hat
doing
had
it.
a vote for Mike button on the top, and then it also said the F word for some reason on the
I
beanie.
see,
I
I
edited both
see.
of those out just in
See,
case.
then that could have been
Uh-uh.
Alec Merlino.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Would have been good troll.
All right, Timothy
Okay,
here.
so we got
real name.
Timothy.
Real
Mhm.
name. Timothy.
Real name? Okay.
Not sure. Tim for short. Timothy. Here is your first clue.
All right. So,
Disney
hi, I'm
Channel.
Timothy, and you're
And
watching
this is the Disney Channel. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Is that the
Alright.
little line when
So
they do
is there
like the
no, yeah, but is there a reason that there's like a random
Oh.
spark of glitter in the middle? Or is that part of it? Or
I already think I know. I already think I
okay,
know.
I think I know too.
Ooh.
I
But,
think that I had to think about it for a second.
okay.
All right. Well, let's see if the next clue gives you any more ideas of who this person could
It's
be.
an emoji shushing and then an idol. Secret idol, the shush idol.
Yeah.
There's shush
Not
idol.
telling about an idol.
Yeah, the silent idol. Okay.
Okay, so we have the Disney Channel in the corner, the shush idol. What about the next picture?
Yeah, okay.
That's
It's a
Zach
picture-
Wurtenberger, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Better Wurtenberger.
Zach, you
Yeah.
better Wurtenberger.
So many hunks in
Okay.
this slideshow.
I know.
All right, you want to make a guess now? You want to see the next clue?
I had my guess at the Disney thing, but
Okay. Let's
want-
see
let's
the
see the
wine
thing.
bottle clue.
yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I think this
Okay.
confirms it for Jenny. Pooya, what does this clue mean to you?
It's the classic tale of the bunny in the mailbox.
Eating. There's
The
like
phrase that
giant mouth eating a burger in this clip art that Leon.
Yeah, so there's a
Yeah, I
lion's
don't know what
tail,
this
a
is, but I love
bunny,
it.
a
Terrifying.
burger eating person with the most unclenched jaw since a snake, and a
And the tongue
mailbox.
is small. The tongue is so small.
You're not even gonna taste that burger.
Well, it's like I feel like it's like is that full extension tongue?
N-
Do you think the throat's
no.
big enough for that burger? I'm just
Hmm.
like, geez.
I think when I open my mouth like that, I kind of instinctively
Was it
my
the
tongue
classic
out.
tale of the bunny rabbit eating lunch in the
its
mailbox?
dinner in the or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
eating
Yeah.
dinner
Okay,
in
we
the
know who this
mailbox.
is, right? At this
Okay,
point.
all right.
This
Who's
is
who's
your
Marianne.
guess?
Marianne
Who's your
will
guess?
This is
Mary
okay.
Ann,
and we
Let's
saw
see.
her.
Queen
It is
herself, the reigning
Yeah.
champion.
Survivor 42
Here we
For a
weeks.
go.
little longer.
Is it Marianne? And indeed, it is the one,
Wow.
the only Marianne.
Shout
And
out to
it's funny
Timothy.
because it's like I have been in the same room as this man. I've seen him. But it took the Disney thing to thinking about how Marianne was doing the Disney
Oh
like
yeah.
that's what made me think of her was like, why is
Yep.
it the Disney Channel thing? And it was the scene of her being like when she was like being annoying or whatever, and she was like,
Yep.
you're watching Disney Channel or whatever.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're watching.
Amazing
Survivor.
job, Liana.
Yes.
That was a great clue.
Okay. Let's see if you can guess the next. Oh no, don't ignore that. That's Becky Burgess's dad.
I was gonna say I've seen this photo before. Okay, I was like, I have definitely seen this man.
Okay, I took my old template and I just made a new
So
one.
you
and
missed
I
the
did,
slide?
but here's why. Because this is another person that I really struggled to find a picture for that made sense. So
So he was a baby.
this is
Okay,
a
can I
baby.
before you show anything else, can I write down my guess?
Yes, you can write down your guess.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
to be fair, this baby this is not a recent picture. So that just so you know, yes, this person is related to a baby, but you don't know how old this child is
and we don't even know if it's their
Okay,
baby.
so my guess
Yes.
means nothing.
They're
I don't
related
think
to the baby.
They are related.
They are related to the baby.
They are related to this baby that was a baby at some point in their lifetime. Does that
the
make
baby
sense?
was a baby at some point in their lifetime.
okay.
I too have been related to babies.
This could
at
be
some
anyone.
point.
Yeah,
Do we have a
let's just
name to the baby?
Let's just pretend this is Angela, and let's just pretend that a baby could compete on claim to fame, but that would be logistically very difficult for the Jonas Brothers to deal with. So we'll just pretend in our fantasy survivor world. Okay, here is your first clue.
It's a piggy bank.
Piggy bank. Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Going
going straight to the bank. I can't believe we both immediately.
But I just knew.
You knew?
Okay, so piggy bank, piggy, Lord of the Flies, Island Survivor.
Oh,
Okay.
Ooh.
good, Phil.
So-
We nailed it.
Okay.
All right, I think
Okay.
I'm onto something,
Okay.
but let's
So
keep
we
her
got
moving.
we got a piggy bank. Okay,
Mhm.
let's see.
Okay.
the
A
next-
magician's hat with a magician's
no.
wand.
Okay.
Not magicians.
Mhm.
Sorry, Jenny.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Avert your eyes.
Mhm.
Here we go. Magician, magic.
Magic pig.
The magic of television. Survivor is a television.
Magic pig.
Magic pig. Porky
Magic
pig.
pig.
No,
bank.
this isn't like a building story. where,
Stream
like,
of consciousness.
clues-
Sorry. I do
All right,
that.
next one.
sometimes,
Next
I'm sorry.
one.
Next.
All right, next one. Okay.
Okay.
Ooh,
Peanut butter jar.
Yes,
Peanut
very
butter.
good. It's a jar of
Crunchy
peanut
or
butter.
smooth?
I don't know actually.
Crud. Okay.
Trying to think of like, okay, could this be like a Jenna or a Heidi peanut butter?
Oh, it's D's.
Nuts.
Okay, so here's my thought. I'm talking to Jenny and Phil, not giving an
Okay.
artificial guess.
Okay.
We're chatting.
So famously, this person has had a confessional where they said, I don't believe in anything except for magic because that's awesome. They have definitely eaten peanut butter on their most recent season of Survivor. I'm throwing in Tyson for now until we see the rest of it. I think this could be Tyson.
What's the piggy?
I mean, he won money, right? Straight to the piggy bank.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe.
Did
I
he say
think.
that?
That's as loose.
How
The
many-
first clue is always like the deep cut for Liana.
You should
though,
know
right? Isn't it?
all of his confessionals because you are like.
Okay.
but
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
All right, next one.
Okay.
That's
Let's see if the next clue helps
right
or
because you got the
hurts
peanut butter.
your current guess.
It's an apron?
Valued calories.
Is that a tongue or an apron, Liana?
I think that's an apron.
It's like.
Or is it a towel with
curtain?
waving arms?
Wait, let me try to reverse engineer the Google of it all.
Or-
Find the picture.
Or
Okay.
is this supposed to be like a no? We're not allowed to Google.
Gurgle.
Yeah, no
Gurgle.
Googles.
Gurgle.
Gurgle.
Or is this like the bowl the red thing with the bowl?
But what is that? What Survivor?
Kool-Aid Man?
Not the Kool-Aid Man, but like
like
the
Mastador.
red thing, yeah. Then when at the bowl charging stuff.
But it wouldn't have those strings on it. But
No,
also, I
that's
don't
what I'm
think
saying.
this is an
She
apron.
would just get
But
a
they
picture of a
would
Mastador and be
Right.
like,
Okay. So what is this?
What?
It's a red.
Ignore the pixastock.com -2161567.
Oh, this number means
That's
something.
not.
Yeah, so
It's
for the
not related.
audience,
I should've
it's
cropped
like
that
it's
off.
like a rectangular cloth material because it looks like it's got
Yeah.
some wrinkles in it
Yeah, it's
with
got
like two squiggly lines on the top right and the top left to make it seem like it could be an apron, but
Is it a
don't
red
know.
flag?
oh,
Magician, red
no.
flag.
No.
That's
That's a red flag to me as
David
being a
Blaine.
magician. So
Oh, is that like an assless like cover your front?
oh, it's a
underwear?
loincloth. Oh, it is Tyson. It is
Yeah?
Tyson. It's
Okay,
a
it's a
loincloth.
loincloth. Okay, there we
Boom.
go.
Yes, okay,
Boom.
that's what it is.
All right.
It's Tyson. You're right. We get
There
it.
we
We all
go.
did it together.
All right, let's see if you
Oh.
can
Wow.
take apart the wine bottle clue.
Okay.
What do you think is
So-
being said here, and how can you fit it to your current
How do you
guess?
describe this first image? Is this like a do not?
It's
No.
the circle-y do
I would say
not
no,
circle.
or-
It's
Yeah.
the circle with the cross through it. The red circle with the cross
Yeah.
in it, indicating no.
No, or don't.
Then you have a child putting on a jacket, I think, of some sort.
Oh,
And
do
then-
not wear a feather in your hat on your hair
No,
at tribal,
isn't
on your
this
head
like
at
a
tribal.
not- Isn't this not a no Russell Feathers situation? Tyson has long hair, guys. This is exactly what's. Can we stay on that? We're staying on that, right?
Is this a
Don't
reference
wear-
to did Coach
Don't wear a feather in your hair.
and your head hair?
At the
At
board
tri-
meeting.
At the board meeting.
I'm assuming
At
tribal.
At the board meeting with all the gold people.
Yeah.
All right, this Tyson.
Okay, this is
the
tight. You want to
legend
lock in your
Tyson.
guesses, Tyson?
Are we locking in Tyson? I
Oh,
think-
there's your
Pickles.
special
Okay,
secret
all right.
clue.
Pickles, and then
Okay.
what's the next? Balls. Okay, all right.
Give us balls. Give us
Yeah,
balls.
so-
Show the balls.
Okay,
Caroline.
this is a spoiler alert. This is don't wear feathers in your hair at tribal council, which is
At
one
the-
of famous
at
the
quote that he
golden board
said
meeting.
at
Yes,
the
of
gold
course.
board meeting that he said.
And then pickles.
Pickles.
But for the lulls of it
Pickle.
all, we gotta have the TV drama. Let's do the countdown and see if you
Yes.
guys are right with the one, the only.
Tyson.
Okay.
Okay, dude.
And that is
Okay.
actually Marlo, his second daughter.
Aw.
The one that we're always like the other
yes,
one.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Not
Bergen.
the Bergen and
Okay.
the other one. That's so mean.
Well, because we
Well,
always
just
remember
heard about Bergen a
name.
lot.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
So, but my relationships,
Ooh,
but
there's
it's
a
like, you know,
ooh.
sometimes we'll say, like, I'll do a Tyson impression and I'll say, okay, Bergen, as like
Yeah.
a Tyson quote, but then we always forget Marlo's name.
And then so we'll be like,
So I just say,
okay,
okay,
the
the
other
other.
one.
Oh man.
Anyway,
You got
we
two
have
now
really,
I'll never forget.
we have really dumb jokes in this household. So
Yeah, same. You guys are 6 for 6. Let's see if you can go 7 for 7.
Okay.
all right.
Survivor, claim to fame. This is Jade. Real name.
Jade.
Okay.
Yep.
I was gonna say
Okay.
it's Peggy, but
Nope.
No.
Wine bottle
Nope.
clue right out the gate. Let's
Okay,
see if
Wow.
we
we
can
love
put
that.
these two
Okay.
together. What do
So
you
we've
think this
got-
means? Describe what it is that you guys are seeing for the
so
audio.
this
only
looks
listeners.
like two separate parchments that you would write a vote on.
Mhm.
And then we have like a blank postcard, a rooster, a cock, perhaps a chicken,
Mhm.
and then run. The motion of a man running, or maybe he has gas. I don't know. Who's to say?
Ooh,
but
ooh. The last two, the chicken and the running is Cochrane.
oh, cock run.
Yeah, I couldn't pick a
Two
different
votes.
image.
2 votes to cock run. Who gave 2 votes?
All right,
It says
so
to and from on the postcard.
yeah, so 2 votes is so
or-
2 parchments voted to Cochrane. Voted for? No, that's not a 4. It's an
Or-
envelope.
could it be like when it could be related to Debbie Wanner, who got advice from Cochrane and got no, because
Huh.
I'm just thinking of like the postcard as like a message.
I'm still like stuck on cock run. That's dope.
Yeah, I thought I was being cheeky when I went rooster cock chicken, but it literally is cock. It's cock run.
Liana
Okay.
did this. I feel like that was
Yeah,
a good
that's
guess.
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she
okay.
knows her
Okay.
audience.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's go to the next clue.
Okay.
And let's see if this
Ah.
helps you at all.
Pull up. It's a guy doing a pull up
Pull
at
up.
a pull up bar.
Okay.
Oh, it's Don Tolliver.
What? Who's that?
Sorry. Okay,
don't
nothing.
know.
No, it's fine. I pull up at the after party. Sorry. Stupid.
What?
Okay.
All right.
Anyways,
Oh, the song that
Yeah.
pull up.
yes.
Yeah,
okay. Anyways, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's definitely not. Okay. It's stupid. Anyways,
There's a pull up.
Pull up. Cochrane pulled something.
No, this is someone who did something,
something
to
on a
Cochrane.
So a Cochrane
you
season.
screw me over.
It's a Cochrane
That's what I
season.
thought too, but I don't think so.
There was no rice.
There's
we didn't
no
see
rice.
rice.
Exactly. That would have been the give.
Um,
The give. Yeah.
Well, maybe it's still coming.
Ooh. No.
Ozzy-
Ooh.
Did Ozzy do something with the?
Okay. So
Someone-
Cochrane's played twice, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Who has
Oh,
he played with twice?
Dawn.
Dawn.
That's a good one to start to think of potentially.
Okay. Okay.
maybe it's
the
one.
No.
Top of mind.
Uh,
What is Dawn?
Dawn.
Can we associate
It's
Dawn
just
with
Dawn,
a pull-up?
right? Is Dawn the only one he played with twice? Did anyone
Uh,
else from?
Francesca? Oh wait, no.
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 Who else is from Sopa that was on?
Why does her name evade me?
Because
But
he
also-
wasn't on Winners at War
but
with
no,
Sophie.
I think it's only Dawn.
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 Okay.
All right,
Okay,
Leanna,
well,
what's the
all
next
had to
clue?
do
But
that.
why? What? It's just you have to get it out of your
Okay.
Yeah,
system.
next
Okay,
clue, next
what
clue.
does?
You want to see the next clue? Maybe that can
Yeah.
help you guys a little bit.
A tiger. All right, it's Debbie Wanner.
Debbie Wanner. It is Debbie
It's
Wanner.
Debbie Wanner.
It was a tiger.
All right.
Because she did
gave
the
him
pull-ups.
thing on
She
the
did the
boat.
pull-ups.
Oh, she did the pull-ups.
She did the pull-ups.
Did she get?
Can we go to the
did she get
the
an
one with
extra
all the
vote?
stuff, Liana?
What did she
Did you
give
get an
to
extra vote from Cochrane? Is that what that means?
Cochrane?
Yes,
From
yes,
Cochrane.
on the
It's
boat,
Okay.
right?
from
She got an extra vote
Yes.
from her thing at Cochrane. Okay, yes. I feel so smart
Boom.
now.
Okay, well, it sounds like you guys are getting close, if not on the money. How about an extra wine bottle clue?
Okay.
Puzzle.
Because I couldn't
I
help
love
myself.
extra wine.
Oh, puzzles lay for me like
Like
lovers.
That's so good.
Incredible.
So to
Oh my
describe
god, that
what,
laying down looks painful. I
what
think
they're
that man-
seeing.
There's
So
four
it's
puzzle
four
pieces.
puzzle pieces. This guy who looks like he's been shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This dude does
Or
not look.
again.
This dude looks like he's laying like for a long time, not just
or,
like
or
laying.
like his appendix just burst. Like he's
Yeah.
pooping, like, yeah.
Yeah, I googled clip art lying down. I saw this guy and I was like, done deal.
Perfect.
Great. This is perfect. And then of
Got it
course,
done.
two people in love.
Yeah.
Yes.
Supposedly not my lovers. And the final clue.
Oh, the
All of
chemist.
her
Oh,
jobs.
that's amazing. So there's a chemist, there's a bartender, there's a waiter,
She was
there's
a
a
nun.
construction worker,
Yeah.
and then there's a
She
nun.
was a caretaker to none.
Caretaker to
right.
nuns.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the
Or
caretaker, nun, a
None.
tiny nun, a model, part-time model, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have a good
Wow.
sense of who this is. Let's go
It's
ahead. and
not
do the
Dawn.
reveal. Anyway,
It's
yeah, no,
not
it is not
Dawn.
Dawn. It is the two-time
Two-time survivor.
contestant.
Mhm.
Wow.
Debbie
Debbie
Wanner.
And that is her daughter, Jade, real name.
Okay.
There we go.
Well,
Wow.
actually, it's either Jade or the other one.
The other
There's-
The
one.
other one. Jade or the other one. Okay.
but we're gonna go with Jade. All right, here is
Okay.
your final
Ooh.
contestant.
All right, we
here
can
on
go 8 for
Survivor.
8. We can go
Okay,
8
let's
for
see
8.
if you can go
Clean sweep.
8 for 8. Oh no, wait. Okay, here's your contestant.
Okay. Well, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. It's freaking Willie Hance in a Tulane shirt. Interesting. Is this Owen?
Wait, there's two of them. There's two Hanses.
Yeah,
it could be
that's why
either
we-
or.
I know.
Very
I'm
good.
saying, but like
Oh.
we're going out of the gate. We're getting a Hance.
Okay, you're getting a hands. Yes, this charming, respectful young man on Big Brother Access watermark photo wearing a Tulane shirt,
I don't know
Smoking
what
a
it
What's
cigarette.
the name of this
Matters.
person?
yelling at
Give him like a-
someone. This
like a walk.
is
Gerard?
Gerard. Yes, this is Gerard.
All right.
Definitely Gerard.
Yeah, definitely Gerard. Okay, you've
Smoking
got
a
a wine
cigarette.
bottle clue here. Let's see if you can make this one fit. As you've mentioned, you've already narrowed it down to 2 people.
Is
Let's
that
see
a
if this
penis
is
head? What is this? What is
What
this?
is how is that a penis head?
What's
No,
what
this
is
is like
that though?
it's like a cartoon person with like a spaghetti hair, and then they're chopped into 3
severed in
pieces,
several
kind of
Yeah,
like
I know. Well,
sushi.
I saw a butt and then I was like, I don't know.
Oh my-
Listen, I'm already in the
Oh.
gutter.
Ooh, is this Humpty and Dumpty as the butt in the second
Oh,
picture?
thick. Yeah. Oh, that's fire.
Okay, so
actually.
you've described the spaghetti-haired cut.
Oh
in
my god,
thirds
it's
individual.
Dumbass Girl Alliance.
Yeah. I was
Ah.
gonna say there's the girl. Oh, dumb ass. Okay.
Wait, I
Yeah.
don't understand why that's dumb.
I don't know
don't
what
get
that is as dumb, but it's the person
It's just
sliced
what
into
Google
3.
said.
There's
it was
a
Liana
picture
searched
of
dumb
buttocks.
clip art.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's what it is.
She got this.
So, do you have a guess?
It's Russell Hance.
Okay, let's
Oh wait,
see.
I mean, if this is Liana, if this is not Russell, then
If
it's
this is
Brandon,
Brandon.
and you just like did
You're
this,
like,
and we didn't get our
Brandon
clean
is
sweep. I'm gonna
related
be.
to someone who said, yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
The Survivor Australia
Is this
photo
what
of Russell
comes up
Hance.
when you search Russell Hance clip art?
Yeah. No, So let me explain this one. So obviously, as everyone knows, the music song, and there was a video associated with it, "Dumb Ways to Die," made by Metro Trains from
Oh
the
my god.
Australian, the "Dumb Ways to Die," and then there's all the little animated characters. Do you guys not know that? Oh my
No, I
god!
know that,
no
but I've
idea
never
what you're
watched
talking
it.
about. I'm gonna make y'all watch it after this. I'll
Okay.
show you the
Okay.
music
Alright.
video. Anyway, it's a bunch of little little animated guys, and they're dying in a bunch of dumb ways, which they equate to being lacking train safety. Okay, so anyway, so it's Dumb Ass Girls Alliance.
It's
Thank
a
you, Pooya,
train
for the
safety
interpretation.
video.
Yes, it's a train safety video. It's got a whole Wikipedia article, and there's a video game for it.
Oh my
It's
God.
like a thing. Just
Okay.
Google "Dumb Ways to Die."
Okay.
It's a very catchy song.
No.
It's an earworm for sure. Okay.
The bang on
Yep.
the box.
It is Russell Hantz. Well done, you guys. You nailed it. You got everybody winners of Claim to Fame Survivor Edition. I'm very proud.
I'm
Hooray.
so
We
I love
nailed
that.
it.
I could play that literally all day. It's
It was
so
a lot of fun. Thanks for putting
Yeah.
that together, Liana.
Honestly, it
Thanks,
probably
Liana.
takes so much work to put it together. So thank you for like actually doing that game because it's really fun.
You're a
and
legend.
You're a
so
legend.
clever. Like
Legendary.
the way that your brain has to work to like come up with the clues is like very impressive. Chef's kiss.
It's like always that, Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. Okay, she's Black Widow. It's like the next level, really, of thought that I enjoy. So yes, thank you guys for playing, and I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the game. That does it for us here on the RHAP B&B. Is there anything else you guys want to say about this episode, Survivor in general, the finale, whatever you want to talk about?
No, I mean, I love Survivor. Okay, everyone.
Oh.
And wow, has this ever been a Survivor season that has been entertaining to watch? No, I mean, I'm really enjoying the show right now. And I think we talked about it a little bit where the format of like developing the characters a lot more has been really, really exciting for me. And I hope they keep doing that. And yeah, it was great to be here. Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, loved this season. I was so excited that like Pooya was saying, it's kind of the advent calendar of what kind of penultimate episode are we going to get to talk about when we have a very scheduled time that the four of us get together. And I'm so glad that it was this episode. Such a fun season, such a fun cast, and literally, as everyone has been saying, the best episode of Survivor, I think, in the last couple of years. So and I got to play the Claim to Fame gaming, and it was so fun. No, this was a really, really good time, and we will come back as many times as you ask us.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yes, Pooya.
No,
Do you have
that's
something
it.
to
Yeah.
say? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just-
No.
Oh, Jenny and Phil, I'm going to turn things back to you guys. Is there any charity or cause that you would like to plug at the end here of the B&B?
Yeah, so I usually plug the same thing, but today is December 10th, and it is the birthday of two people that made me think of something different. And so it is my late grandfather's birthday and also a high school friend's birthday, and they have both been affected by ALS. My grandpa died of ALS when I was in high school, and my friend from high school, her husband, also passed away from ALS this year. So very front of mind for me right now. It's a terrible, terrible disease. Obviously, many people in the Survivor community are aware. Jonathan Penner's wife, Stacy, also passed away. And so it's something that's touched my life. And so I will shout out the ALS Canada. So it's als.ca is in Canada, the ways to donate. And any ALS charities or organizations in your location is what I will shout out today. So yeah.
Great. Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll put the information for that in the show notes. Of course, you're more than welcome to Google. It seems pretty easy to Google als.ca. But also, like I said, we'll have it in the show notes as well.
Amazing. Thank you.
Okay, let's close things out. Phil, you just dropped the hottest bars on your YouTube channel. You want to go ahead and plug that for everyone?
Yeah, I guess if you think
Is it still unlisted?
satirical. No,
Okay.
it's up there. I just it's kind of on my school YouTube account, so I just it's whatever. It's just called Too Nice. It's the first Young Manor song. This has been a long time coming. Like, I just had the opportunity to make something for school, and I thought it was really fun.
And it's a video. Like, it's not just a song. It's a full-ass music video.
Mhm.
Yeah, so if you ever, you can check that out if you want. If you don't want to, that's also cool.
You should check it out.
On social media at PhilT, and I'm just chilling. Thank you for having me. God bless.
And Jenny, how's the real love boat?
Oh, she's chugging along. We have 2 more episodes, believe it or not. We thought that this was ending a lot sooner, but it's actually surpassing both The Amazing Race and Survivor, and the finale will actually be the 21st, I believe.
Wow.
So Kirsten, Rob, and I have been having a great time. If you love television that you should not take seriously, or a podcast that you should not take seriously, you don't even have to watch the show. Check us out. We are recapping that on the main feed and the Hot Dummies on Islands feed. We just recapped this past week's episode, so check that out. And besides that, I'm just living life, loving life, living and
laughing life.
Yeah, follow me on social media at JennyAutumn, and thanks again for having us today.
And Pooya, we've finished the Masked Singer coverage, but you still have 90 Day going strong.
Never ends.
Never ends.
90 Day never ends. I have seen that the first part of the tell-all is on the 1st of January, so Happy New Year, but it's also a 3-part tell-all, so there'll be 3 weeks of tell-all coming up. But yeah, I've been, chugging along with that season. Jason Reed was my latest guest, and pending on who the next guest is, but I'm very excited for that. That is my one podcast that I'm doing currently with Masked Singer being over. And aside from that, you can find me on Twitter at Pooyaism. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Pooya.
And you can find me on Twitter at LianaRHAP. As Pooya's impression of Mike said, we are going to have Dave Jorgensen for our finale coverage, which is going to be really fun. Prolific and famous TikToker and author Dave Jorgensen. And otherwise, you can find me covering Lego Masters. So the finale is the same night as Survivor. So Marisa and I are going to get back together to cover the last episode, the racing episode, which was this past week, and then the 2-part finale. So we're going to have coverage of that, as well as potentially an interview with the winners. Let's see if we can hook that up. And coverage of the celebrity holiday bricktacular thing that's also happening. So a lot of Lego Masters going on, actually, which is totally wild. Never thought that would happen here, closing out the holiday season. That does it for us. So enjoy all of the Survivor. Why are you laughing? Pooya, why are you laughing?
With all that Lego Masters, it sounds like the show's fully bricked up.
Yeah. Like literally hundreds of thousands of bricks.
He's killing himself too. He's dying.
Joke.
He's falling out of his chair.
Oh, he turned his camera off.
The camera off.
Okay.
All right.
Well, on that note.
Yeah, let's shut this down before we get in trouble. And this, as Jenny talked about, als.ca, we'll put the information in the show notes. And that's it. We'll check you out at your next day.